Hi everyone, greetings from Sri Vidyaniketan Public School, Sri Ramnagar. Today let us continue the economics class, in which we are going to learn a new chapter, that is globalization and the Indian economy. Before we could know the meaning of globalization, it is very essential for us to know that know certain facts. Here we see, when you enter into a market, you see, in market a wide variety of range of what you call goods are found in the market. This was not found even 2 decades before, but at present we see a wide what you call ranging choice of goods in our markets is a what you call relatively a recent phenomena. Here we see, what do we find in these? So when we go into a market, we see that what you call if you want to buy a car, you will find a variety and range or variety of cars you will find. In the same way, if you want to buy a what you call mobile phone, if you go to the market, you will find in the market wide ranges. Take for example, Redmi phone is there recently. Recently it is been launched. Apart from that, previously Samsung was there, and various other what you call variety of ranges, not only of mobile phones or televisions or any item or two wheelers or four wheelers, whatever item you take, if you go enter into the market, these all are what you call, you will get confused for quite some time which item you are supposed to purchase. And what has enabled this all? In the market, how come we are able to get all these wide range of what you call a variety of things? Previously, we see when the British were in India, at that time, raw material was exported to England, and from there, the finished product used to come, and people were purchasing only those and the local products. But now we see that a wide variety, a range of what you call are available. Any item if you want to purchase, if you buy a biscuit also, you will find variety of what you call companies are there which are producing and providing a better quality good as such. So now let us see what has enabled us. The production has been carried throughout the across the countries. How production has been carried across the countries and what has enabled us to have a production across the countries. Here we see, that is multinational corporations have come. Then what a question may arise in our mind, what are multinational corporations? MNCs also they are called. A MNC is a company that owns or controls production in more than one nation. Here we are supposed to know that multinational corporations have come forward to hire certain local companies or else to establish a new factory or a firm in a country where raw material is available in a cheap manner, and at the same time labor is also available. A question also may be asked in the examination, that what is a MNC? Definition, hope you might have understood. A MNC is a company that owns or controls production in more than one nation. One more question can be asked, that why the MNCs have set up their offices, or where do the MNCs prefer to set up their factories? The MNCs generally prefer to set up their factories or production in regions where they can get cheap labor as well as other resources. Now we'll take an example here, that is spreading of production, how a MNC is going to spread its production. Here an example is being given in the textbook. If you go through this example, you will get a clear-cut idea. That is a large MNC producing industrial equipments. What it is producing? Industrial equipments it is producing. It is going to design its products in a research center in the United States, where it is going to produce its designs. It is going to produce its designs in United States. and then has the components that is manufactured in China, where actually the production process is being carried. Production is done in China, whereas designs have been made in United States. These are then shipped to Mexico and Eastern Europe, where the products are assembled and the finished products are sold all over the world. In the same way, meanwhile, how India is getting benefit, or India is also included here, companies' customers care is carried out through call centers located in India. So here is an example, a call center is here. Here you can see that actually the designs are being made in where? USA, and what they are doing, production is being done in China, and all these activities is being carried out, that is through the customer care centers in India. So this is how we see which are the countries which have been come under what you call production process: United States, China, Mexico, Eastern Europe, at the same time India. So for any kind of product, this is how we see the MNCs are going to establish their production. Then a question may arise, that is interlinking production across the countries. How this interlinking is being done? When we look at generally, we see that the MNCs will set up their production where it is what you call close to markets. At the same time, skilled and unskilled laborers are available at a what you call low cost. Not only that, other factors of production also are available. So keeping in view all these, what you call interlinking is being done. Interlinking of the production is being done across the countries. Then we see that here two terms we get. One is called as investment, another one is called as foreign investment. A question may be also asked for 3 marks, that is differentiate between investment and foreign investment, or else on 1 mark question also separately they may be asked. When a question is asked investment, we can answer this way: the money that is spent to buy assets such as land, building, machines and other equipments is being termed as what you call a investment. Then what is foreign investment? Foreign investment refers to the investment which is being done by a MNC on the purchase of machine, building, tools, or what you call assets as such. If it is being done by an MNC, it is being called as a foreign investment. This is how we see that foreign companies sometimes they come to a what you call other countries where they are cheap labor is available as well as raw material is available. They try to establish their firms there. Take for example, when you look at this example, that is Cargill Foods. It's a very large American MNC, American what you call a multinational corporation. Previously in India there was a company called as Prakash Foods, and here this Cargill Foods has what you call a hired, they have collaborated their production process with Prakash Foods, which is producing what you call a refined oil. Here we see that previously what was the production? Previously it was a local company and the production was very less. Since it is been collaborated with an American MNC, now the production has been increased, and the Cargill is now the largest producer of edible oil in India, where it is going to produce 5 million pouches per day. So this is how we see that even with regard to jeans pant production is being concerned, collaboration is being done. That is the MNCs generally control their production. A large MNC in developed place, in order to place production with small producers, especially garment industries, footwear, sports item, these all are the items the MNCs generally will hire in the other countries, the small companies, and they start their production. One more example is here. that is Ford Motors. As I was telling you, Ford Motors, an American company, it is one of the world's largest automobile manufacturers. With the production, they have spread over 26 countries of the world. The Ford Motors came to India in the year 1995 by spending 1700 crores to set up a large plant near Chennai. This was done in collaboration with Mahindra and Mahindra, a major Indian manufacturer of jeeps and trucks. By the year 2017, the Ford Motors was selling around 88,000 cars in the Indian markets, while another 181,000 cars were exported from India to South Africa, Mexico, Brazil and United States of America. Here we see that production process is being done. I mean, rich countries will come forward in the developing countries generally, where they get raw material as well as labor. They come forward, they collaborate, they invest money and start production process, and whatever is being produced, take for example like Ford Motors, around 88,000 cars have been produced during 2017, and these all have been are being sold all around the globe. So this is how we see globalization, process has been globalization has been achieved. Then a question may arise, what is the meaning of globalization? Globalization is the process of rapid integration or intercommunication between countries. Okay children, let us stop here. We will continue the chapter in the next class. Thank you.